It is a humongous reptile that drives fear into most people, and rightfully so. But the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA wants Jamaicans to know that this is not at all true for the American crocodile, the only species of crocodile found in Jamaica.
One of the things that we want people to understand is there are various species of crocodiles. Our species here in Jamaica is the American crocodile, and they are not as aggressive as most of the other species.
Species like the Nile and saltwater crocodiles are vastly more aggressive, adapting to their environs and capable of catching other big animals like zebras and buffaloes, etc.
Persons tend to attack the crocodiles if they see them. They tend to see a crocodile and not leave it alone. They think that, the mere presence of the crocodile is a threat.
But the American crocodile, found here mainly in wetlands, rivers, swamps, and coastal areas, is much more passive than other species. Its nature is mostly shy and reclusive, avoiding human contact, with a diet consisting of crabs, birds, and fish, things that don't require a lot of aggression because of their lack of hunting drive. But still, they have to endure the misconceptions of more aggressive crocodiles.
There are a lot of misconceptions and fear-based reactions that persons have about crocodiles. There's a lot of fear, and to a certain degree, rightfully so. They are large predators. They can be harmful, but a cow or a dog is equally or more so harmful, and persons encounter those fairly regularly and get more injuries than crocodiles.
A lot of people have the conception that the animals are out to get you. Like they're coming in your space because they're hungry and they want to eat you and all of these things.
Ideas that are fueled by movies and documentaries. And with more infrastructure being built and people moving into wetland areas to live, more Jamaicans are coming into contact with crocodiles, a recipe for disaster, not just for humans, but the animals too. Institutions like the Holland Bay Crocodile Sanctuary in St. Thomas aid in their preservation.
One of the biggest threats when it comes down to the population of the species, aside from habitat loss, is poaching, human interaction, all of these things. So a facility like this allows for people, the general public, to come and understand how the animals operate.
It's basically getting people exposed to this particular species as well as the type of environment they live in, and it's an educational process for them.
The sanctuary serves as a research and monitoring center that also does outreach and training programs. Jamaicans are invited to the Holland Bay Crocodile Sanctuary to learn more about the American crocodile. Knowing more will aid in our interaction with the animal and help us understand the many reasons why conservation is important. One of which is the fact that they have been described as wetland engineers.
In the wetland, you have areas that the crocodile would habitually go through, and it creates this channel and it connects that water source to another water source. Without those channels, they would then be overgrown by some of the reeds. Why this is important is that those channels allow for juvenile fish. It allows connectivity between the wetlands, the estuaries, and sometimes the sea.
Environmentally, it allows for better hydrology for mangroves. Getting back to where we started, while they're generally passive, crocodiles are predators, and certain conditions could see changes in behavior.
Behavioral change, just like any other animal, can be preempted by humans. So people feeding crocodiles somewhere where they know, so a fishing village, gutting the fish, throwing it. The crocodile gets used to that easy meal and associates people with being fed. Just like not a dog or a cat that you usually feed and it comes around all the time. And we don't encourage this because it can lead to tragic interactions. So, a crocodile may see someone and now approach instead of retreating.
It is best to let the professionals deal with them.
The correct course of action is to notify the authorities, because depending on the situation, it may be a watch and see thing, or there may need to be some sort of intervention to protect both the person and the crocodile.
For more information, contact the National Environment and Planning Agency at 876-754-026 or visit the head office at 10 to 11 Caledonia Avenue, Kingston 5.